is game week 2 and the Premier League served us multiple goals from Arsenal and Chelsea beating their opponents with 5 goals, just like Davido's album. One of them had a clean sheet and the other one should have had a clean sheet, but 2 goals considered, 1 disallowed, and still they came out on top. Before we dive into all I have for you today, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and let's get straight into the video. Match week 2 kicked off with West Ham and Chelsea. Well, you know what happened? They got beaten mercilessly by Chelsea. The Chelsea's team that was without Cole Palmer, but still they came out on top, 5 goals. West Ham 1 goal. Chelsea suffered their first blow in the 6th minute of the match after Lucas Paqueta ensured that he struck a brilliant strike into the net that left Robert Sanchez in shock. Oh my goodness. And just when West Ham felt like they had it unlocked, they got a quick reply from Joao Pedro. And Joao Pedro's goal was an assist from Cucurella. And they were now on level terms, 1 goal and then 1 goal in 15 minutes for Chelsea. And it did not stop there. West Ham replied as well. But the sad thing was Nicolas Fulcro's goal was cancelled. It was disallowed after the VAR review. And this was because Todibo was offside. 4 extra goals came from Pedro Neto, Enzo Fernandez, Moses Caicedo, and Chalobah. Let's just say they ensured that every single person, as long as you're an attacker, gets a goal. We had Estevao, who ended up being the man of the match. He had an assist. And Estevao in the lineup was Cole Palmer's replacement in the lineup. And still, like I said, Chelsea without Palmer, but still they turned up. People are saying things like, oh, you know what, West Ham are not so good. But Chelsea, on the other hand, scored 5 goals. So we have to give them their flowers, don't we? Manchester City versus Tottenham Hotspur. And just before that game happened, everybody kept on saying Manchester City has a vendetta over Spurs. I think people were starting to forget that every single time Manchester City faces Spurs, they find it very, very difficult to get past Spurs. Spurs beat them last season 4-0. This same season, the second match of the season, 2-0 at the Etihad. It was quite embarrassing. Pep had a very good lineup that had Shecky, Renders, Haaland. Let's say every single person he played in the last match, other than the fact that he started around Shecky and Mamouche, he had almost everybody in the lineup. But for some reason, Tottenham Hotspur came out on top. The first goal came from Brennan Johnson in the 35th minute of the match, and the second goal came in the 47th minute from Joao Pahina. Now, moving on to the next team on our list is Arsenal versus Leeds United. Before Arsenal and Leeds United's match kicked off, Gyokeres was presented to the Emirates Stadium as their new signing for Arsenal, and now he wears the number 10 jersey for Arsenal. Let's remember how Gyokeres' announcement video was so emotional and very, very connected to the team. He has always wanted to be part of the Arsenal squad, and now it feels like a dream come true. Gyokeres has opened up his Premier League account with a brace. Now Gyokeres will no longer, people will no longer agenda start counting 007 for Gyokeres, as he scores his first goal for Arsenal, and not just his first goal, 2 goals to open his account. Timber opened up the match for Arsenal with his first goal. Timber also had a brace in that match, and he was the Premier League's man of the match for the match against Leeds United that took place on Saturday. Arsenal fans are super excited because right now they can celebrate Gyokeres, knowing that he came in to score the goals, and now he's ensuring he's putting Arsenal in the front. Who also made it to the score sheet was Bukayo Saka, who was also substituted. So now it feels like Arsenal scored 5 goals. Now they have 2 of their key players injured for 5 goals. Could you say Arsenal sacrificed Saka and Ødegaard for 5 goals? But it was sad because this same match saw Ødegaard and Saka injured. Ødegaard left, was substituted, and was nursing his right shoulder, and Saka most likely had an hamstring. Let's not forget that Ødegaard also had his 200th appearance for the club, and Saka's goal marked his 7th-year goal for Arsenal. Sad to see the both of them leave the pitch injured, and hopefully they get back strong into the team and they are not out for too long. Next match on our list is Fulham Manchester United, which ended in a 1-1 draw at Craven Cottage, which is Fulham's home. Super sub Emily Smith-Rowe denied Manchester United a victory. But even before then, Bruno Fernandes, the captain of Manchester United, already missed a penalty, which could have actually given Manchester United the lead. But he didn't stop there. When Umo had a corner, he passed the ball and it got to the head of Leny Yoro, but hit the back of Rodrigo Muniz, which deflected and still touched the wrong foot of the keeper, of Fulham's keeper, and got into the net. Next thing, Fulham introduced Emily Smith-Rowe into the team, who in less than 94 seconds equalized for Fulham. Fulham won, Manchester United won. Also give a special shout out to our Nigerian brothers, Alexander Iwobi and Calvin Bassey, who were a huge part of that team. This saw Alex Iwobi win the man of the match of that game. Even without scoring, he had a huge impact in that match. Now, Manchester United, I really want to ask a question to Amorim. Why does he keep Šeško on the bench? Every single game week, you signed a striker, you want him to fit into your team. Give him opportunity to play. If he doesn't get game time, how then does he fit into the system that you want him to play in? Give Šeško time, start him every single time. You fix your lineup, put Šeško there over Mason Mount.
It's giving Christmas clothes.
It's giving Christmas clothes. It's more like when a child is gifted a Christmas present in September and then they keep that Christmas present and say, you know what, I'm not going to open this until the 25th of December. That's how Amorim is treating Šeško. Then the next big match we have is the Etihad derby. Newcastle Liverpool coming up today, Monday, this evening, and then we'll let you know the scoreline when it finally happens or who wins takes Etihad home. Let's end the fight here today. We had Bournemouth Wolves. Gyokeres was sent off at the, I think, 49 minutes of the match. And Bournemouth scored. Marcus Tavernier scored Bournemouth's goal. We also have Brentford, Aston Villa. Brentford won, Villa 1-0. Is Brentford the better team? Brentford's goal was scored by Otara. And then Brentford could have made it to just before the first half because your first goal came at the early minutes of the match. I think the 12 minutes of the match. And then just before the first half, Damsgaard scored a volley, but it was cancelled because of a foul on the goalkeeper by Nathan. Then to Burnley, Sunderland. Both teams are just coming back from relegation, but Burnley won Sunderland 2-0. And last week, Sunderland beat West Ham 3-0. And now Burnley are beat. How bad is West Ham again? How bad is West Ham? West Ham has lost 2 games already with 8 goals conceded. That is horrible. And the last time West Ham won a match, 2 matches since February up until now, they've only won 2 matches. It is bad. They're getting relegated. They are getting relegated. Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest. It was a draw, 1-1. Who is the better team? Crystal Palace or Forest? Let me know in the comments. And then Crystal Palace goal came from Sarr in the 37th minute, and Saka Ødegaard scored Nottingham Forest goal in the 57th minute. Everton, Brighton. Everton won Brighton 2-0. Brighton have sold all their players. And I don't get it. This is like a team that does business to just sell players. What's going on? Everton won them 2-0. And then we have our Ndiaye and James Garner. Ndiaye scored in 23rd minute and James Garner scored in 52nd minute. Now, this is really even talk about. Let me tell you a fun fact about Ndiaye you probably didn't know. Now we know that Everton already moved their stadium from Goodison Park to Hugh Dixon Stadium. Now, the last goal that was scored in Goodison Park by an Everton player was Ndiaye. And the first goal that was scored in their new stadium, Hugh Dixon Stadium, was also scored by Ndiaye. Shout out to the Senegalese. This is so cool. Speaking on Everton, Jack Grealish had 2 assists. How are Manchester City fans feeling about Jack Grealish's debut? Because he had an assist, not just an assist, 2 assists in his debut. Happy for him, and I can't wait to see him shine in Everton. Moving on is Newcastle Liverpool. We await how that match plays out later today. Someone said it's the Etihad derby. Whoever wins takes Etihad. Let's see how that plays out. Don't forget, this is Matchday Madness Monday. Join our conversation, celebrate the game. My name is Neme, bringing you Match Report on Gameweek 2. And I'll see you next week on Gameweek 3. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Ta-da!